The Origins of Life, Chi Creation, Part 31. So, we're looking at this again. Oh, we're still looking at this either. So we didn't finish. The past few episodes have been kind of like linked. As we go back to this. So, I showed you at the end at last episode. Or at the beginning at first episode, or a few episodes ago. And then we've been cycling through and looking at everything and what it matches up with and stuff. Everything that we can notice with it. So we see a similarity in the shapes of all creatures, or most creatures anyway. It's a little bit different to a starfish, say, but in this kind of sense. And so the roll of a wave, that's where it's all already folded up, it's already in its coil, it's made its shape. And you can see how it bends, you know what I mean? I mean, it can change shape of its neck, but it still has an S shape as well. So then you've got your rest of your fold, which like includes its wings, its rib cage, all those kind of things. Extra wings connecting to it, extra waves connecting to it with the legs. I suppose the wings are also like a wave going over the wave. So you got the roll of a wave and then another wave colliding into it, forming part of that same wave. And then all the trail of the froth that comes away and slides back in. And so it drags its tail with it. You got the waves there, the wallet wave, that froth at bottom coming back in, froth on crest at wave, and a splash. So when you go to that side, like it tapers off into the nose. Let's see nose there, but it's like an extra bit. And same there. It's like what's it called? Like a fishtail. That roundness there. The second eye or its ear and its eye there. It's kind of like, you know, it's the same information. So all the way around. So you got the same kind of thing. And again, with the shell, you see in all the shape of the wave, where it's getting its information, the personality and characteristic of it and stuff. I see like the line which goes from its eye down to its nose, that ridge, and like the wall of a wave, but also like on that shell. You can see like the groove which goes down the spine. You see that line there as well. So you see the same. How the roll becomes bulbous and then tapers off into this really small and detailed area. So the smoothness and roundness of the eye, and the ears and everything. All the froth in white area. This, again, like the shell, like around the eye, and then you got this area, you know, all the froth and all that kind of thing as well. And then the horns, which are going to continue that spiral effect of the wave itself. So all the water which got trapped inside, and it kind of makes all these shapes, all the rib lines. We showed you on water a few episodes ago, which part of this one. It's like since episode 24, it's like, you know, had that little fresh start. I think it was 2 episodes later when I started showing that frog's face. So also you've got the ears, which are also in line with the roll of a wave. So, you know, waves connecting together and forming one. So on its side, see wall up wave, you see all froth crashing. You see where it turns, all froth at top at wave as well. And it's like got longer hair, slightly longer, and a slightly different shade as well. So it's quite a good detailed picture. In its ears, you can see like the joining of waves. Can I zoom in this one? No. But you can see like leaf patterns. So you can see where the waves, multiple waves are like joining into one wave. And that's another angle towards like the seashell. So you've got a roll of a wave and that line which comes down. And then it has the other direction as well, like where the horns lined up. A skunk, or is it a badger? Honey badger, isn't it? So you can see the wave, the same as gazelle. You got all the white froth, the wall-up wave underneath it. So it's like, you know, it's got that dark colour, not reflecting the light. And also its position. That's how it rolls over in that kind of sense. It's that time lapse of water with So again, like the frog, you've got the shape. It comes down. And so like the little bit which comes down. Where's that frog picture? So like if the cat's eye's there, and then you got that bit coming down, and then you got this line which goes along top of that part. So you see its same pattern. And the same mechanics because it's got the eye, you know, that little tail bit which leads to the nose, etc. On the other eye as well. So a lot of creatures take that shape. And a lot of creatures have a shape anyway. Like mammals, fish, birds tend to have this shape. And that would be the fish, you know what I mean, with the shape or whatever and stuff. Like we said with the peacock, it's got its head down there, you know, that's its tail, the body. So the macro, its face is the same thing for a peacock. With cat, it's the same thing as again, but it's, you know, you're seeing it on the eye there. I suppose, you know, it could be a cat's body and that's its tail, you know, and its head's down feeding. But you recognise these patterns on people's faces. It depends. Everyone's got different faces. Some people have faces more related to different animals. There's an abundance of different ones, you know, when we start listing them off as such. But, you know, some people might not have this. We've always got that part, but to have this, I don't know, there's like certain aspects that you'll recognise and you see it on people. Maybe it's something to do with like the fire that's within them, you know. Like having that spirit within an individual, you know. Could Jimi Hendrix do what Bruce Lee could? Or, well, you know, is Bruce Lee the only person that could do that in that kind of way? Everyone's got their own spirit. So, but if we look at it as anatomy, we can see relationships between creatures and us. So, we can spot that personality in certain faces. Maybe it's, it can tell you about the nature of that person. Like understanding the star sign, say, a star sign can tell you a lot about a person, but if you can understand the natural body sign, you know what I mean, what we have on the face of things, I think there's probably something in it. And also not only like one face, like, you know what I mean, some people might have like the look of a cat and a dog, shark, whatever, So we can see it again, seeing these same patterns and stuff. And also all the waves in the water, and so you can see like a line there, and it matches up with these. We've spoken on another series. It's like each one's like a row of waves. It's a tooth of a wave, and like the whiskers are matching up with that tooth line, so that's why it all comes out as a line. And then that's your time lapse water spraying out. So then you've got all your water pattern within the colours of the fur and stuff. Again, froth. So there you can see where it's more extended. So you can see like the cheetah lines, where they get that from. So then like the one with the lantern bug, and you can see like the hippo, you know what I mean? So that I'd have to look at, I've got the wrong picture for it. But they kind of follow those lines. That's like, it shows you a lot of the personality of the water in a sense, like how strong it is. It'll show you how strong of a jaw a creature's got. And I kind of think that's more to do with its ferocity, you know what I mean, or like what the potential is from the ocean. And you get a lot of cats like this. So we know the nose, the bridge of the nose is like the wave, and it's a reflection as well. But in consideration of this, you've got the sunlight catching this side of the wave, and because there's a hump of that wave, then it's going to be shadowed on the other side. For the most part, the light could catch, you know what I mean, on further across, but for creating that symmetrical line kind of thing. So again, with these, like I pointed out, makeup, you know what I mean? So it's like people put those lines on, and it's like following the lines and contours, that's how kind of they come up with designs for makeup, I suppose, and stuff like, or has it carried on from such a long time, people go for Egyptian type eyeliner and all these kind of things, don't they? But, is that a reference of it? Did they know at the time, you know what I mean? Did they understand the connection in that kind of sense? So when we get it on trees, now we understand it a lot more. I mean, it looks like an eye, so it's like really difficult to just explain it away in a sense and stuff. But now we've seen it on the frogs and the cats and everywhere else. Um, we can understand it a lot more. It's not really just an eye as such, and so we like look into it and stuff. Next picture better. So I can see it spin, you know what I mean? Roll at wave. You can see all contortion lines of water pulling. And so it's basically the wave, but I see that's why it's got movement. It's even got the spiral. I mean, sometimes, because a wave might be travelling that way, but the water might be travelling backwards. So sometimes there can be like kind of stationary, not moving, because it's like moving over the water which is moving backwards. And another aspect of why nature uses things in different ways, because water's always changing direction. It's going this way, it's going that way. Another wave can come in and change those directions, and then all the impact waves and dispersion patterns that are going in all different directions. So it's something that nature, or the ocean, constantly experiences. And that one's better. And see, it's like the waves there, and then you've got all the water at the bottom, and so you can see all the ripples, whether this is coming to shore, or or just caught in the torsion. I mean, becoming part of that wave and stuff. So we can make a bit more sense of it, rather than it just being an eye and stuff like that. But it's like, it's the information what was most important in that kind of sense. It's showing you the eye being like the ear, and then also like showing it to be like the realm. So like all that mixing it together, and like saying that we are a micro of a macro, it brings a lot of context to it. Like showing you where we are, or what we are, who we are. So we've got a tree frog. It's got that same shape. How it tapers off, like a teardrop shape. But also for its eyelid, when it pulls its eyelid back, all the froth draws back to the ocean. It's all these lines which are like making up its eyelid. I see, that's where it's the lip of the eyelid is there. So it like, because it's got a lip to it, that actually looks like a wave on its own. So it's like you can see all froth and crashing as it's turning over. Not so much there, but that part you can. And then you can see how it connects to there. You know what I mean? It's kind of getting a bit closer now. But you can see how it's dispersing, and it's showing you that how the froth breaks up. And then you've got more thicker lines, frothier. So yeah, it'll open its eye, the wave will come down, and then the wave draws back in, and it pulls all the froth back up. So we see it here. We see it's round, it's got all this here, goes that way, and then this line here, which comes round it. So like a beak, or like a neck connecting to a bird's head, and then the beak could be this side. Like, it can reverse the information, so it can move it different ways. But we do have a split line there, which connects to that as well. Those perspective lines, making it 3D, so it's like a tunnel. So and look at it like this. We're seeing that same pattern. These are two-wayness, because we've got that point to it there and stuff like that. That goes in, doesn't it? And there's a point to it there. So there's a point there as well. There's usually two like passageways. I can see one there. I can't see the other one. Unless this is it. Like in there. maybe it's, I don't know. We've shown it on previous episodes and it was quite clear. But we're seeing a similar thing here. It's probably the wrong way around. This one's showing torus field within it. You're seeing that chakra shape. So you got a point and then a curl. So you got this shape. There's another point there, but it's a small point on the rounded area. So I can't twist that one. Do it that way. If I twist it any further than my phone, I'll flip it. But yeah, you see the torus field, like the spider shape, all that kind of thing. Back onto the shell, so you can see the shell shape. It's going that way. If I do it that way, then that's the way we should be looking at it. So it fits that way. So it's the same thing, but we're seeing on that frog. And everything else. We've got two of them connecting together. It won't turn, but if we try and get my phone sideways, you got the sun in the sky, the centre line for your horizon, so you're seeing reflection, and that's where your face and all that kind of stuff is. It goes into your perspective lines, all that kind of thing. Your nose there for where the sun sets, or your mouth, or your third eye. It depends which way up it is. It could be up way, couldn't it? But it looks like it's smiling that way. That's another one. I thought it might be a better copy. This one, it won't turn, but you've got your eye shape, so you can see how it would fit on that frog. You see, you got this little tail, and then you got that long tail. So that bit front of the frog, its nose will be down here, and that bit, going down to the back. You get it again. So you can see the beak, the mouth, the eye. And you got loads of little ones. They look like flames. A little bit. So that relationship there, like, it's showing you everything all at once. And it's showing you the eye, it's showing you micro to macro, it's showing you the sun in the centre of a sphere, so a sphere within a sphere. It's showing you the tree knot, it's showing you the horse's eye, the cat's eye, everybody's eyes. And how all that relates to that seashell, which relates to the ocean. So, and why that shape's so important. Oops. Including wood nut areas. Its eye or its ear. You just can't see it in that one right well, so that's why that one were a bit better. Now we've got these. Lizards with frilled neck. So for one thing, we can see there's like an horizon line, and so there's all these splash marks amongst it all. The sky looks a bit different though, it's got more splashy. And so we can see the wave cup shape, but also on the horizon line, you can see all this area. It's got this golden sheen, so you can see reflection at splash in there. See, like that explosion likeness. But across here, that just looks like thin water, which is reflecting the sunset. And so we kind of see all that in that kind of perfectly smooth sand area kind of thing, with water going over. This is the sky and all waves coming over and crashing. The wave coming open. So we can also relate it to how we came from the flowers as well. And so like the petals, the flower bud itself that opens. So again, all the smooth sand there, and all this is like the froth. You see it like on guppies on their tail. They've got the same patterns, and they tend to distort. So there's like a little bit of time lapse of overexposure, and so to give it a stretch in a time of the white waves crashing. So you get those kind of patterns, like I say, on guppies. There's different moments. There's more speed to that. It's getting pulled back. Or these look more stationary. They're not moving like with that velocity and getting pulled and distorted with it. Which you often see that on waves anyway. Yeah, now it's splashing. Got just light behind it. It makes it look brighter. During its sunset, it looks like lava, like a volcanic. But I just think it's just simply because it's sunset. You know, the splashing of the waves makes it look like an explosion. But we do get those red colours. So you get the same thing, like the flower bud on the inside, the splashing with pollen coming out at ocean wave, and then all your petals, which have this like ribbed pattern concertina, which that's which torsion that wave does it, doesn't it? So that's where you get your ribs from, and you know, as it turns, they become teeth. So it's got all the same information. So for us to share this, it's what we've all got. So you get one, and then you get another petal. So you'll get 2 petals, one at each side, like that. So they start to look like lips then as well, which, you know, you can see that information. It's just that the wave forms every second. It's got a different shape, so it uses all that. So we can see like 2 petals. I suppose it's kind of one, but it does often like take shapes of, like, you know, it's like there's a V in the middle there, so you got like one petal, another petal, centre line at petal. And you can see other lines as well, but, you know, they could become individual petals and stuff. But But yeah, I think that's about it for this one. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers. Thank you.